the more we fight together, 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 the more we fight together, and stronger we shall be. The more we fight together, 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 the more we fight together, and stronger we shall be. Rising sun, hey, rising sun, yeah. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Believe it or live it, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. We've been crying, the world claim not to hear. Then we've been lamenting, the world claim not to hear. Our tears flow, the world claim not to see. And our blood flow, the world claim not to see. This is a crime, oh no, against humanity, oh no, yeah, this is a crime. Eritrea spoke up, they were given independence. South Sudan spoke, they were given independence. Namibia spoke, they were given independence. Give me the reason my people got to be neglected. Give me the reason my people got to be rejected. Give me the reason our freedom got to be a crime. Give me the reason our own freedom got to be denied. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Believe it or live it. Oh no. Whoa. That was physical battle, and we're betrayed by the people them trust. Today heroes are fighting. This is a spiritual battle. Let us unite and give Biafra a meaning. If we don't take time, we can't remain in this life. No freedom of speech, no freedom of expression, no freedom of worship, no freedom of religion. Justice denied. Oh, no. Of my own very people. Yeah. Justice denied. Yeah. On the rising sun. Yeah. Justice denied. Oh, my freedom fighter. Yeah. What is so bad? My people wanna be liberated. What is so bad? My people wanna be independent. What is so bad? My people wanna be alone. This is the time we will make it known to the world. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope Positive hospitality. I tell you what, positive. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africans. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. My people will cry. Biafrans will cry. My people are suffering. Oh, Biafrans cry.
Yes, sir. Once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. Of course, we all understand that here in Biafra land, we wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against principalities and power. We wrestle against wicked spirits in the heavenly places. We wrestle against saboteurs, friends and enemy alike. We wrestle against both the dead and the living, for they have left us with no option. And so the enemy, like flood, they come against us. But Chukwu Kikabiama always raise a standard against them. And so though they come in many ways, in one direction, they will flee in 7 directions in the end. This is Radio Biafra Extra. We will promise you, we will assure you that we can only get better. There is no 2 ways about it. Radio Biafra Extra is streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazu Chuka Fomefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. And Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazu Chuka Fomefo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one promise that have held Nigerians on their heels. They will never survive it, I can assure you at that. They simply say, I will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. All Jesus Okalu will bear testament and cohort about the truth. Because you understand that in the absence of light, darkness will prevail. Mazu Chuka Fomefo is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazen Nandi Okukano, the Prince of Afari Beku, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people. For 6 decades now, nobody has been able to do that. Today, Mazen Nandi Kano has changed the course of history. Not just for the Biafran people, but for the emasculated and threatened indigenous people across Africa. And of course, Africa must wake up. Africa must rise. There's no 2 ways about it. Mazen Nandi Kano has changed the way we live our life. Today, everybody are coming up with the truth. Today, everybody is growing bolder. And I can assure you, the government in Africa, if you don't repent, the commoners, as you call them, will stone you in the street of your country. Write it down. Today, the leaders in Africa, I am telling you this, if you do not repent and begin to think all the wise, the benefit of your own people, you will be stoned. Nobody will save you. Don't make any mistake about that. Are we talking about Nigeria? Nigeria debt is not going to come on time. It is going to come slowly, painfully. Our leader said to them, I will make sure Nigerian bleed shame and disgrace. They won't understand it. Most of you don't know that it's Nigeria that started Ebola. If not, can somebody tell me why China or Japan is banning, denying Nigerian visa in the area? We are done with you. You are just disgracing yourself anyway. They are everywhere in Afari Beku. They are running from Boko Haram. They are no more here. Operation Show of Muscle. But of course, our way of life is changing for the good, I must tell you. The threatened indigenous people in Nigeria are waking up. Who would have believed a TV man in a time like this will understand it's not a northernant to be used by Fulani? Who would have believed that in a time like this, Biron people will understand that Gowon sold them out and that the Fulani cannot be trusted? Who would have believed in a time like this, Yoruba will have the guts to set up Omoteko? But we will look into all of them. We appreciate Chukwu Kikabiama, who sent Mazen Nandekano. T.Y. Danjima said, they are colluding. It's all because of Mazen Nandekano. The churches are waking up today. It's all because of Mazen Nandekano. Because when you talk, you're attacking Christian, don't attack Christian. If I swear for you, I have not prayed, so let me not swear for you. Because Satan will work with it. He's attacking Christian, We will come to that. Most of your religious leaders are so wicked because of 10% tithe. They shut their mouth up. Some idiot, Janjaweed Fulani, are killing all of you. They won't say anything. They'll send you to go and fast, and you go and fast. They want to run abroad after setting you to your death. And you think America is stupid. But our life is changing. A time will come. If only Anene, with his group of Mondo Subo and the rest, were able to stop Nigerian army, Nigerian police from putting on uniform in Bendel State, history will repeat itself. When we are done with all of you, that uniform, you will not put it on. You'll be using nylon bag to carry your uniform. You are walking up and down. You are army. You are police. You are walking up and down. You are SAS. When the time will come, even the nylon bag you will use to carry your uniform, you will keep it far from yourself. Don't worry. Nigeria is uploading. The Kulobalo you people have caused is boomeranging already. For nobody will be free at the end. Our way of life has changed. Who made it possible? Chukwu Kikabiama. Through the mouth of his servant, Nandekano. He is the prince of Afari Ibeku, heir to the throne of Ibeku kingdom. Afari Ibeku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. Honestly, without Mazen Nandekano, what are we doing here? Because everybody, almost 90% people I see, shouting Biafra. All these are 419. Biafra. Ordinary, obey simple instruction. Let's chase this enemy away. You are shouting Biafra. And some are there. We are watching all of you. Oh, this is second Nandekano. All of you are idiots. Sorry, I have not prayed and I'm cursing you. Some people are there on Facebook now, manufacturing second Nandekano. Thunder will fire all of you. Because you are idiot, you don't have sense. You think it's about Prince Oku Kano? You think that is why we are here? He goes more than that. This is a generational fight that we are involved in. Two great weapons was used against us. Number one is Igbo. Igbo don't love themselves. Igbo don't love themselves. Igbo don't love themselves. Now Igbo love themselves. For the first time. Everybody now want to be Igbo man. But if it's not that, they are telling you the other story. And some idiots don't understand what you are doing. Everybody want to become relevant. But you will be surprised one day. It is not about what people say that matters. It is not about who people think you are that matters. What is at stake? That is why we are here. What is at stake? This is the life of another generation. Some of you don't understand why we are here. But like I said, Mazen Nandekano remain the one and the only man that commands the loyalty of the Biafran people. It doesn't matter whether you are still plugged to the matrix or you are waking. Our mission is simple. Destroy Nigeria. Our target is simple. Pull down all the idiots who are standing on the way to the restoration project. Our way of life is simple. Respect the Yoruba, the Hausa, the Fulani. Love your wife and show caring to your children. But show no mercy to any idiot. Don't let them watch how you talk. Because that is what they want. Imagine we come here on Radio Biafra and we analyze it. What are you analyzing that our father have not analyzed? You wanted it, he's a gentleman, he's a good man, he's a good man. All the good man our father have been, what did he take us to? But you will understand when the time comes. This is Radio Biafra, so for the avoidance of that. I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. I should remind you that at this moment, I am the African rep and the Nigerian International Coordinator. And it is a privilege that I'm also a member of the DUS. Adia Ama. Go and check your time to this very moment. But does it really matter? Yes, it does. But it's not the reason why we are here. The reason we are here is to make sure that when we are done with Nigeria, any idiot will know where they belong to. They will go to the zoo and never come back again. And of course, on the studio here, we are facing some challenges, but we must continue. I have to go and acknowledge Ugoki Kabiama, who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. Who have seen the multitudes of enemy that have gathered against us as a people. This tiny Biafra, this small Biafra, look at all of you in your inner chamber planning against us. Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed? Look at Britain. We are leaving European Union. Are you not ashamed? Oh, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani must remain one Nigeria. It is a diversity in progress. Britain, are you not ashamed? Why don't you remain in the diversity of European Union? Shame on all of you. This tiny Biafra, it's amazing. You are changing the way of our life. And we are changing on a daily basis. And hopefully you will be able to contain what we will change into. Chukwu nedema, Jehovah nedema, Ulilanya ndeso nedema o, Omaka sebi wale nedema, Ezi Chineke mo, Nari ekele o, mgbe niile. Chukwu nedema o, Jehovah nedema, Ulilanya ndeso nedema o, Omaka sebi wale o nedema, Ezi Chineke o, Nari ekele o, mgbe niile. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, maka n'eziokwu na mara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị o juru anya dadị o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị, ịbụ Alfa na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. Ise. And of course, before we go into our topic this evening, I want to ask you a simple question. All of you who have dedicated yourself as enemy of Biafra, have you imagined the people you are fighting? Have you checked the size of the people you are fighting? It's unbelievable. Your actions, which are cruel, make me to believe in Biafra over and over again. And I see that if all of you in your large number are this desperate to just stop two men, and then there is something we are not seeing, we will put our life on the line and make sure your wish are not granted. Not the way you want it to be. Look at all the whole Fulani and all the idiots in Nigeria. All of them are conspiring with some international community. Oh, let's get Mazen and the Kano. Let's get Mazen. Just that small boy. Small boy, we call him. Look at all of you. Are you not ashamed of yourself? The last time I checked, Biafra land is about 3 plots of land. But we are okay. We need this 3 plots of land. But the story is changing. We have not even made any push. Because a lot of people need to be delivered. And that is why we are here. Oh, Biafra is landlocked. Biafra is landlocked. Igbo cannot survive. But leave the landlocked for us now. Is it your landlocked? Is landlocked? Is it your own landlocked? Oh, Biafra have overpopulation. Oh, Igbo land cannot contain them. For the first time, they now recognize you have population. But from Harold Wilson and the rest of them, who rigged the what do you call it? The census against the Biafran people. They say Fulani have population. We will expose all of them. And then all of a sudden, Biafra had too much population. Igbo land will not contain them. Is that your business? Is that your business? But every lie you have said to the children of this generation, before your very eye, this man exposed all of them. Today, what are they looking for? There is no reason to attack Biafrans now. No reason whatsoever to attack IPOB. They are now in Afari Beku, gallivanting everywhere. Okay, see, Apazu will pretend he didn't see them. But all these cowards who are running from ordinary small boys, Boko Haram, they are there now doing show of muscle. But can you justify the reason why you are there? You see, I hate insincere people. We are busy trying to analyze certain things and leaving the obvious matter. I hate people like you. But we are here. We want to go home. And like our leader have rightly said, Biafra will be the last miracle. But we come here every day and we tell you about go back to your root. All of you are not meant to understand. But those who will understand, let them understand. Because he's saying the last time I will speak to men in parable that they will hear, with though they have ear, they will not understand. And this is the era. Go back to your root. I try not to be spiritual. I try to be as physical as I can. But not because of the fact that I'm not spiritual, because the last time I checked, about 75% of what makes up every man is spiritual. And so why do I battle to be spiritual? All you need is to get connected and you see what God can do. And that is why we keep telling you, look for IPOB family closer to you, because this will be the only thing that will save you. Forget about that franchise you are running. Back to your root, you will not understand. On this segment, our team remain back to your root. And very soon, some people are going to religionize it. Even if I did not stop you, I make my stand clear. I'm not telling you about church. I'm not telling you about shrine. I'm not telling you about temple. I'm simply telling you about the way of our ancestors. If God hated them, me and you will not be alive today. If God hated our father, we will not be alive today. But it was not easy for the British imperialists to undermine their sovereignty. They blackmailed them, as most of you are very busy blackmailing your brothers and your sisters. But they survived. They survived. If Mazen Kano is alive today, they survived. If Uche Mefo is alive today, they survived. If there is one single genuine IPOB who walks upon this earth, our ancestors did not die. And of course, for some time now, we'll be looking at a topic which is titled Some Weird Culture of Our Ancestors that eventually will become the key to the next evolution stage. They are weird cultured, but I tell you, they are the master key to the next stage of evolution. We bring them out in a very light way. Because when the time will come, you will understand everything we have told you. Only those who have the spirit of Chukwokikabiama will understand and have a glimpse into what we are telling you. It's not meant for everybody. Multitude followed Moses out of the wilderness. Only 120 received the spirit of Moses. Back to your root. Back to your root. I'm only trying to tell you, this is what your father did. No fool any idiot can parabolate in Biafra land. There is a parable in my place before. And that parable say that the disease of Undugu does not come to the life of a Abo man or Biafra man. They were disease and sickness that were in the north, ravaging them because of the evils of their ancestors. It can't come to us. You never hear any family in Biafra land that have leprosy. It's just a story we can read. All these diseases now we see today, they can't come to a Biafran. with the population of all the 419 churches everywhere, leading you to heaven. These churches were not there, and this disease were not there. And today, look at our land, diseases that do not have name. When you sell your brother to Fulani man, what do you expect? When you pack the sand in your father compound to give a stranger, what do you expect? And now we are here to save you. The very thing say, that is I don't like. You are a very mature bushmeat. In fact, nonsense. Because of people like you, we are suffering. Look at the whole Fulani, no matter how idiot they are. One useless man like Kwankwaso who does not brush his teeth, we give them order to go and kill the whole Anambra people. And they will do that without questioning. But there in Anambra, you will see Willie Obiano, he will give you 500,000. So he's buying your kidney and your liver, all of them 500,000. But when they tell you, look at what to do, so you save the next generation. Why wouldn't their sickness come into our land when you are their slave? It takes the higher to bless the lower. It takes the higher being to bless the lower being. Not everybody can bless me, and at the same time, not everybody can curse me. But these are the things you do not know. Our fathers know. We are involved in a warfare. A warfare that both physical and spiritual weapons are being displayed. But how I wish you will understand. We have taken time to look at some of these areas. We look at why they pray with Kulanon. We look at what they mean by the city gate, your shrine or temple as the case may be. We look at so many things. But this evening we are going to focus on just two. Number one is masquerade. And the other one outside the masquerade. We're going to look at the masquerade, and then we look at the palm front. We started from the high priest to the temple, to the place of worship, and so many things. Most of you must have forgotten it. But find out why those evil men are always interested, or wise men. They want to buy the community shrine, as they call it. If you call it community temple, it becomes holy. So they call it shrine. Shrine. So it can look like a devil with 4 horns. The temple in Jerusalem is temple. Carry that temple in Jerusalem and bring it to Biafra land. They will call it shrine. Idiot will go and break it down. Don't you know that temple, when you leave Africa to Europe or America, the name changed to temple? If I come out now and tell you that there is a shrine in heaven, many people will stone me. How can you say there is a shrine in heaven? But your brain will not tell you that shrine and temple are the same thing. On that last day, we shall worship Chukwuka Kabiama in shrine there in heaven with the angels. Can your mind carry it? It can't. You need help. And that is why we are here. A lot of things are happening within us. They are fed and they temper with the very fabric of our existence as a people. I keep wondering and I keep appreciating the Creator for the life of our leader, because I do not doubt what God is doing, but I did not think that in my lifetime I will see people who will be able to break this curse. There was a curse and it is broken. I have said, go to your community shrine. If strangers are the one buying over it, Dangote is buying all of them. You call it shrine. They are after it. I want you to check all the places they are buying for church. Most of them are community shrine. They told you it's sinful, so you are running away from community shrine. You sell it to church. The church will collect tithe from all of you till they will buy your fatherland. But you won't understand. A place where men, honorable men and women stood together and made a vow and made a covenant with the Creator to defend them. You sold it out. Do you know that when the children of Israel left Egypt, the first place they could put their leg down was the burying site of Abraham? The first thing Abraham did was to buy a burying site, buried his family. And when they left Egypt, they took Joseph's dead body to that burying site. You can't take it away from the people of Israel. Today, do we still have a burying site? It will amuse you that the ancient burying site in your village now, go and check it. It will amuse you. A stranger is living upon them, upon your wealth, upon your covenant, upon everything that there is to be and that shall ever be is in the hand of the stranger. But you won't understand. But let's go back to our topic this evening. We look at masquerade. Our fathers came up, they start dancing masquerade. I think the Yoruba have masquerade, but it's not as common as you have in Biafra land. They just have one masquerade. Is it a Eyo or Eyo, they call it. Those ones they do in Lagos State, you wear white and cowboy cap. Now it's their masquerade. I don't know why they do it, but I've not seen Hausa masquerade. I wonder how it look like. But having said that, let us come back as Biafra. Our fathers moved ahead and introduced masquerade. What were they thinking? Because the last time I checked, masquerades are not beautiful. Most of them are very ugly, very horrible to look upon. But then, once annually, they gather and they celebrate it. Annually, during the New Year festival, every community gather, the masquerade comes out, they now make music, the masquerade now display, and then it ends. And then another year, maybe it is Christmas period or New Year festival or whatever season, they bring out the masquerade, they make music, they dance, and then at the end of the day, it moves to the next year. And every year it continues. Every year it continues. The question is, are they jobless? Did they make masquerade so that they can dance? Because do not mistake the fact that cultural dance is not masquerade. Cultural dance known as Atilogo, it's on its own. Because there are many instances where you use cultural dance without a masquerade. But in most cases, there is always a masquerade accompanied by a cultural dance. And so they are two different things. I'm not talking about Atilogo now. I'm talking about masquerade. What were they thinking? What is their plan? What do they have in mind? What is the spiritual implication behind masquerade? Have you ever tried to wonder? But the Ivo, I hope you know. The Ivo. Oyibo man say the Ivo. So the Ivo. But they are doing Halloween. No? Halloween is not evil. It's holy. Don't you see the name? Halloween. Look at the name of your own. Masquerade. The name alone can wake up Amadioha. It's evil. I ask a simple question. I'm not going to analyze too much, but I want you to ask question. What were your fathers thinking, O ye Biafran, that they form masquerade? What message were they trying to pass to you? Certainly they are not drunk. If they were drunk, it would not have been repeating itself yearly, annually. A lot of people still practice it, but they don't even know why they do it. That is the amazing thing. This generation think making masquerade is begging money. So when they put on masquerade, they now begin to block motto. Give me money, give me money, give me money. That is what they think. But believe me, it was an honor to wear the masquerade, the community masquerade in those days. It was not something for people to toy with. And anybody that puts on the masquerade was not even considered as ordinary. And now bring us back to the story of Ezenri of Omambara. The original one. The one who fought the imperialists, the terrorists. He was humiliated because nobody actually saw his face. He was considered a god. He was considered a god because he always come out with a masquerade. The original Ezenri of Anambra, I don't know who is there now. But the main one was considered a masquerade because nobody saw his face. They thought he was a spirit. And if he must come out, nobody comes out. He covers his face. He was held in high esteem. He was feared by all, respected by all, until when these evil people came. What they did was to present him before the European court, the British court, and they removed his masquerade. From that day, that monarch fall. That monarch institute fall. That palace fall. Today, the people handling it are standing up for one British woman as a honor. It is a sacrilege and abomination for a man to stand up for a woman where we come from. They consider that man a mystery. They do not understand who he was or who he is. Because there was a role the masquerade played. They never teach you about that, but they are teaching you the man in the iron mask. Louis the 14th or 15th of France. They are teaching you that one. But the truth behind the masquerade, they don't want you to know. I said, I'm not going to go deep. Go and ask your fathers, those who are still alive, and say, why do you people dance masquerade? It will amaze you. Go and find out about Ofaromi Obaisi. Go and find out how he was betrayed by Osasapo. Go and find out the history of Nana Ofishekiri. There was no warrior without a mask. Go and find out of Shaka the Zulu of Zulu in South Africa. There was no warrior without a masquerade. And so what were they for? You know, some people ask, Onyibe is going to tell us. I'm not going to tell you. Go and ask your father. Because with the masquerade, the living stand between the dead and the living. With the masquerade, it creates a platform that enables the living to commune with the dead. But this knowledge is too much for you to understand. But today, that is exactly the same thing IPOB is doing. IPOB is standing between the living and the dead. We speak so we can be alive tomorrow. And our children after us will still be alive. We'll speak so that you know those who you have killed, their death will not be in vain. And we must tell you the story, how they were killed, and why you killed them, that you are evil in your way. We stand between the living and the dead. And now each time the masquerade comes out, the father tells the son, life looks ugly, but there is beauty in it. And they call it Mando, the beauty of life. And they said to the son, no matter how beautiful the inside of the masquerade is, life will always look ugly because no pain, no gain. This is who we are as a people. Everything the masquerade did was a reminder to the people what life is all about. It's simple reminding the people this is what life is all about. They are not sacrificing anybody. They are not killing anybody. They were using a singular art of entertainment to pass a message to generation after generation that will never be forgotten. But our fathers didn't tell us, because after the war, majority of them put their energy in trying to rebuild our cities, which we are very proud of all of them. At least we have a place we can call home. And in an effort trying to rebuild our cities, the religious people came and destroyed our culture, stole all of them, and making huge money out of it. And then this is this generation with almost no clue to what they represent. I just give you an insight. Please, if you still have father, go and ask them, why did they dance masquerade? And then those of you in Europe, call them, ask them, why do they dance Halloween? It's just like Eze Mo putting on his, what do they call Eze Mo cloth now? The British have garment. The bishops has a garment, regali. What do they call it? Go and ask Pope, why is he putting on those garments? Because he copied it from Ezemo. Why they adjusting it and modifying it to suit their own supremacy? But that is not my concern this evening. My concern is, why will Ezemo have a robe? And Bishop have a robe, and you are telling me that they are not the same people. Why are they putting on robe? By their fruit you shall know them. You know a doctor by the way they dress, and you know a lawyer by the way they dress. You know a mechanic by the way they dress. Mechanic that try to dress like a madman, you see there is confusion. So that cloth those masquerades wear has a message to pass. Go and find out why they did it. Because a day will come, you will see this thing actually hurt your enemy. So they don't want you to know the power those things carry. They discourage you until it's gone. And everywhere they are ravaging, everywhere. There is no sacred place they cannot enter. Don't you know that Yoruba God killed Fulani cow? Since Yoruba God killed Fulani cow, have you heard that Fulani went to any Yoruba community to misbehave again? Because Yoruba God is waiting for them. Don't you have sense? I will stop there for masquerade. The rest assignment is for you to do. Number 2, palm front. We call it Omo. You know, where you see a palm tree, the palm tree will grow, and at the middle you have the palm front, yellow in color. Some people will climb on top of the palm tree as high as they can, looking for it. If there is a dispute in a land, they cut the palm front, turn it into a rope, and use it to barricade the land. If they don't want you to pass, they take the palm front, they put it on the road, and they barricade the road. If the ancestors were going for protest at any time, or going to rally, or they were going to bring dead body, or they were going to do something unique, they take the palm front. But today, what is the use of the palm front? When the imperialists came, they saw the power in it. And they tell you in your Bible that when Jesus was entering Jerusalem, they cut palm front and put on the road. Why did they put palm front for Jesus to enter Jerusalem? And why are you doing Palm Sunday? If I come out now and say, today is Palm Sunday, Biafra Palm Sunday, a lot of people will say, oh, the idol worshippers, Indiana, Guamo, as Pharaoh say, what are you doing in Catholic Church where you are doing Palm Sunday? And now you begin to know. We didn't learn it from Rome, but rather Rome learned it from our father. But you, the sons of your father, do you know what it represents? The people of God, according to the Bible, will come from the city of the palm. The people of God, according to the Bible, will come from the city of the palm. Now let's come back home a little bit. Do you know that it's only in Biafra land palm tree grow naturally? Palm tree don't grow in Yoruba land naturally. They plant it. Palm tree don't grow in the north naturally. In fact, they hate it. It grows naturally in Biafra land. So many kind, so many species of palm tree. When we say palm tree, don't think it's one kind. It has more than 7,000 different species of palm tree. Both the coastal region, both the upland, you have different kind of palm tree growing. You didn't plant them. Every creek is filled with palm tree, though of different species, the same way you have it on the land. It is a symbol, a spiritual symbol you know nothing about. I want you to go back and look at the symbol of Islam. The symbol of Islam is two swords on the waist of a palm tree. That is a symbol, old reminder that the people from the city of the palm tree will be hunted down like animals. It has been written even before now that Fulani, Muslims are going to wipe you out as a Biafran. It didn't start today. Go and look at the symbol of jihadists, Muslim. It is a sword against a palm tree. That palm tree is you, O Biafra, city of the palm tree. Biafra land is the only land where palm tree of every kind and breed grow naturally without anybody planting them. Go and ask Malaysia, people who came to learn how to plant palm tree, palm nut from our land. Go and ask them. I'm not talking about all this agricultural palm tree plantation they are doing. No, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Omo, but I have to bring your idea to the tree so you will understand what we are saying. It doesn't grow in the north. They can plant it. I wonder if there is a plot of land in Biafra land that you don't have a palm tree. Except it was destroyed. But they are always there because God made it so. It has spiritual influence. Palm tree remained the only tree in the whole of the universe that from his life, from the bottom to the Omo, to the root, to the sideways, to the wall, everything about it, dead or alive, is useful physically and spiritually. Most of you don't know. When you cut the palm tree down, it gives you palmy. When the palmy stop coming out, it becomes a room for a lot of meat to grow. When there is no room or atmosphere for those meat to grow, to breed, what do they call this thing? Eru. Another form of food begin to grow there. And when that fruit is not conducive for them, the people who want to use it will burn it. And they make native soap out of it. Check everything about the palm tree to the leaf. They use it for broom. Not because they don't have any other form of broom. Because when you use that palm front leaf to make broom, it does something. They use it for roof. They use it for pillar. But of course, we are not looking at the general study in its totality. Why Omo? What is the work of palm front? Don't think it's useless. And there are things I don't want to say because I don't need to give out any expo to our enemy. When the time will come, we will know. Very soon, Nigerian government will put a plan to depamonalize Biafra land. Very soon, if I tell you what they do to all these idiots ravaging our land, Nigeria will write a law now to tell you that there is a disease coming from palm tree, and so palm tree must be cut down. And so I won't tell you until the right time. Look for IPOB family closer to you and join. When we are telling you to join, don't think we are begging you. Because at the end, you will be compelled to. It is either you do it willingly or you are compelled to. Omission or by remission. Anyone you want. But I tell you, this is the act that will save those who want to be saved. We look at just two this evening. And I would not want to go deep into them. Because I need you to go out and find out yourself. Why masquerade? And why Omo? Why masquerade? What role do they play physically and spiritually? What are the significant role Omo play? I'm happy we use it in the church. Palm Sunday in the church. Jesus entered Jerusalem and they put Omo on the ground for him. And we use Omo. And if somebody see me now walking on the road with Omo, only spiritual people will understand. Others will say, hey, save, this man is save. I want you to deliberately just take Omo and put in front of your motor. When you drive close to all those police and the checking point, be watching them. You see some of them will run inside the bush even when you are not violent. But I will stop there so that I will not tell them. Because they really need to run when the time comes. Just experiment. Of course, they are listening. Just tie Omo in front of your bumper. And then when you are driving close to them, video them and see how they will behave. So you understand why all of them are afraid of the name Biafra. Our lines are open. And of course, I expect you to call in and tell me, why did your ancestors dance masquerade? And what is the significant role that Omo palm front plays in your community? If it is evil, tell me they are evil. At least we start from there. They will know. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, we must continue. It is just simple. Do not live in the physical and deny the existence of the spiritual. It weakens you. He understands this truth. He walks on the path of this truth. It is going to save us. A lot of miracles will happen in Biafra land, and you will be amazed. You will know why they were interested targeting your culture and your tradition more than your very life. Our lines are open at this moment. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. Send us your name, your location, your phone number if you are here to join IPOB. And I must appeal to coordinators around the globe. When a number is forwarded to you, do the follow-up. I understand it may be strenuous, but you do not have a choice. Do the follow-up. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Call on the female line, your name and where are you calling from?
It's
a wine. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
I will Mawaho, Oga, Oga, Bidea, Oga, Onyibe from my hand on double white, or hell baby, or white corner. Oga, got succession for a 1 month. Already, why is he? Already begun organ like a set place. Now, even now, I am nature. They are down one of them that na Obodo. Obodo, I think it should be there. I met you now. Oh, none of them, my colleague, a young way, a round, you see up. And then you're like, you may have, in the soya, in the soya, that all of them will be concentrated. They will not play anyhow. They will not sleep with their wife. They will not do anything or cover anyone. That was why our people, they live longer. Men doesn't eat what a woman or miserable circle. Only on fire. Only you can read. But today they will tell you that the blood of Jesus have covered everything, and they are dying seriously.
Why do they? Did they tell you why they dance masquerade? I learned something from you, because I also remember that not anyhow people will put on that masquerade. They have rules, righteous rule that governs them. But did they tell you, do you know why they do that thing?
I don't know now, because all of us, we are just born into Christianity to counter what our people are doing.
I want you to do something. When we are talking, I don't want you to look at if Christianity spoiled it. If any of them do it, you follow them like that. I just want to make our people focus on what we are doing. Christianity use Omo. So what do we say about that? Catholic do Palm Sunday. Jesus entered Jerusalem with Palm Sunday. So what happened to our own Palm Monday or Palm Equi, Palm Unko, Palm Oli? What does it mean? I want somebody who know why our ancestors are doing these things to tell us, because we need to know. I know already, but I can't release it here because of
course. Because some of them now, that was why you know like this, but any one time here, no Rubia or poison telling you. And some of them actually, I myself, I will still go and ask questions. Because those things are very, very important, my brother, because even if people flowing that masquerade, they will purify themselves. And I think so. And even up to now, they are still doing it. And because of the knowledge, we don't know what is happening. So we are still telling them that we should go back now. And now, Bible says the righteous man that we should flourish like a palm tree. As it rightly said that from the roots, God will not up here. All of them, they cannot have a root here. So why is it that palm fruit orange now? Everybody go fire. Why is it that like that? Because we never know the meanings and what our forefathers saw into those things before introducing the only anything our forefathers introduced info to us. But because the way we have been channeled, then we now nailed those things and we are having problems today. So as you every day you bring out new topic and feel, because as you rightly said, as everything is now. Oh, one day I say that most of people call themselves adult members. I myself, I'm like a mother one that find out. Many of them would not like to go and find out what causes all those things. Now that became now they now our own because of the ranger, then all of them there. Then I have what you say. I hear it's not good. But always every of our deity has one. Manke has or Azor, India has or their fourth generation will close down. And when we are through with them, those deities must come back to our land. Nothing will stop it. So it's just
Thank you very much.
They will not respond to us. So I'm as much we don't the regular barrier.
Thank you very much.
We must continue.
It is said that a child that does not have father learn advice from those that have father. But we understand that there are some children who are idiots who will fail to learn from their father. My father were not evil, has never been evil, but the best of Homo sapiens that walked this earth. And these are the things they did. Why did they do them? Oh, they drink palm wine. After drinking palm wine, they decide to wear mask. Why did they do that? Only people will come here and think we are joking. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, Onyibe, good evening.
Good evening. I hope you are following us.
Yes, Onyibe, my name is Ebuka. I'm calling from Aba. Based on what you are saying, like on the masquerade issue, there was a time I asked my uncle what masquerades normally do. Then he told me that masquerades were police of Ndibo. That if two people have problem now, maybe land dispute, there is the masquerade that will now go and put Omu in the land. Then when the case is settled, the masquerade will now go and remove it. The same goes with if someone reports a case to the palace of the village chief or Igwe or whatever, he will now send the masquerade that is in the palace to go and bring that person or to go and serve notice to that person. Or if that person refuses to come, it's the masquerade that will now go and bring that person. So, but most of these things have been bastardized. You now see young people travel from the town during masquerade period to go and block roads. So we start destroying people's vehicles. So we start beating people because they don't give them money. Because of all the rubbish the Yoruba churches and the westernization have brought to us. That we no longer know the importance of these things. Mazi Onyibe, I want to thank you. Well, this evening topic is very, very revealing.
Now, and, I learned something from what you said. You said they carry Omo and go and put it. And if from what you said, they are ancient police. They're supposed to carry gun or cutlass. But from what you said, it looks like they use Omo. And it boils down to what I said, or if you watch everything since the beginning of this series, I've been picking pests, I've been pairing them to enable us understand easily. Masquerade to use Omo. And I can say most of the masquerade, almost 45 to 50% of the makeup of every masquerade is coming from Omo. And so what role do Omo play? What role do masquerade play? Now, like you said, if they are police who go to arrest people, I understand masquerade don't move anyhow. They must be on assignment.
Yes.
And if the people who put on masquerade, like as our mommy have said, are to be concentrated, which means the people who wear this masquerade must be consecrated from year to year. Because since they don't know when they can be called upon for any matter, that means they must remain consecrated or else they are not qualified to put on that masquerade.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Even the like my uncle, he himself had a masquerade because his father is a doctor. Let me not put the native aspect. He's a doctor, so he inherited the masquerade. He even telling me, you can't just come and put on you own a masquerade just like that. And there are certain masquerades that can give birth to masquerade. There are certain ways you can do it. He himself, he can decide to give to another if he wants to give to him, because he's the first son of the family. So he's the one that inherited the masquerade. And thank you very much.
Yes, it is simple. If I ask somebody now who is the founder of America, these are Biafran people who have not even crossed River Niger. They begin to tell, oh, it is Owolowiba Force. He was born in Okodokoto. He was there in Oklahoma. What is masquerade you don't know? And you want me to see you as a wise man? Professor, right? Our people must know the truth. Know thyself. That is the beginning of recovery of any kind. Are you there, caller, on the line? Caller on the line. Go ahead, please.
Holy. It's another Savior, holy.
That is Zoo Epileptic Network. But we must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you, my brother.
Go ahead, please. Good evening from here.
Good evening, my brother. I'm calling from Brazil.
Go ahead.
My name is Ahamuabo Kingsley Anayochukwu Sonny Njoku.
I will advise you to move away from your radio set.
Yeah, I just stop it now. So, as I'm Ahamuabo Kingsley Anayochukwu Sonny Njoku, and I'm from Brazil. Mr. Register, I can join you.
Go ahead. Send me your name, your phone number, and your location on this WhatsApp. I'll follow it up from there.
I have already sent it. I'm just send there now.
Okay. I will look into it tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Our people must understand these things are real. Yorubas are more, they own more church in Nigeria more than anybody. Go and look at the bulletproof of Omotekun and tell me it's safe, you are celebrating what they are going to use to kill you. But they are telling you now, you get your own part of evil and be good. You are here there speaking English. Omotekun have bulletproof, properly furnitured with a got more item. You love it, right? But if it's IPUB, your brother, I got my own, wake up. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. I don't like people changing narrative of my topic. I simply ask you, why did your father dance masquerade? And why do they use Omo? Find out, maybe you will see how evil they are or how holy they really are. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes, Onyibe, I'm here.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, Onyibe. I love this. I love today's program so much. It touches hearts and it touches souls and it touches the spirit of the land and the whole world. Yes. I remember as and we are here to restore the kingdom of Chukwuokike, which is Biafra. Biafrans worldwide. All eyes must be on Ohamadike and all Odonigugu, all gossip must go to Ohamadike, number one. Ohamadike is number one. Nothing to compare. Nobody to compare Ohamadike. Yes, Onyibe, I agree to Ohamadike in abundance. Yes, and I must continue greeting Ohamadike in abundance because he is doing great. Ohamadike, nwere mmadụ. Ohamadike, nwere mmadụ, okoro gị mancha, okoro gị cha. At all. So Ohamadike, go ahead and do the needful because the land is following you. Bomba to bomba. Yes, Onyibe, you are asking about this Mount. You're asking about Mount, and I heard you say talk about Ezehori. Mazi, you really arrived. You really arrived.
The man was a mystery to the colonial masters. The imperialists really from the first day to the second day, they did not understand that man because and they studied him when they caught his real identity. They presented him before the court. Their hopeless British court and removed the mask. That day Biafra land fall. People don't understand. They don't know all these things. So after they will tell me but they don't know all these things. Why was British so desperate to remove the mask of Ezenli of Omambara? Nobody saw his face. It was considered a sacrilege. It was considered evil, taboo to see this man's name. They destroyed those power. Go ahead.
You know, some of our people don't know when they are singing Mbidi Jericho, no that go. You know them. Some of them don't know that it's our own. It's we that they are singing that we already fall and we already fall. That's what they are singing. You know, people don't know that that person that is on the cross there, that is our people, our person they are describing how they did our king. And before he reached Ezenri, there is first place that he started before Ezenri. There is communal crisis that happened before he reaches Ezenri. This is what we are going back to. Onyibe, I love this program so much. We must continue on it. You understand? Because it touches soul. I know a lot of our people that doing their things. I know some of them now are crying if they are hearing this message because our government Our government is what they destroyed. And they put government, like the North says, that we Igbos, we are systemizing government on the government, you know. So our government is what they destroyed, and they put another government, and they now systemize similar on what we are doing. Call it a king. That is warrant chiefs. You understand me? That is when they manipulated us. But I still telling our people, our government is intact. Nothing touches it. It's undestroyable. Nothing can destroy our government. Our government is number one, and our land is number one. Like our brother says, that masquerade we are putting on is a police. Yes, we don't worship our spirit, the gods of our land. He's the one that is worshiping us, because we sit down and talk to him and direct him what to do to us. Yes, that is it. And each and every one of us here, and each and every one of us on this planet here represented somebody. There is who you represented on this planet. Yes. And there is a market. There is a market you come on this planet Earth with, and you come with the water, river. You come with all those things that is happening. Is in you. It's in us. We are the original, and we are going back to that government back. Let nobody look down on what IPOB is doing. We are not looking anybody face, and we owe nobody any apology on what we are doing. Yes, we owe nobody. Nobody.
Thank you
we
very
owe
much.
Nobody apology for that. So, Onyibe, I love this program. Let this program continue. This evening, this evening. Let it go on, because our people, it will go down deep to our brothers and sisters' mind to remember that any way you see Omu, you know that it's warning. Omu is a warning in our life.
A serious warning. A serious warning. I'm telling them, people will not understand.
Tomorrow, let nobody look
when
down
it was heaped on the gate of Jerusalem, the Roman gave way. The Roman witnessed the power of Omo when during the triumphal entry of Jesus into Jerusalem, and they adopted the power. Today you hear a Roman Catholic Palm Sunday, but our saving. Thank you very much, my brother. We must.
Mazonyibe. We have come to possess our possession. Nobody have the motherfucking right to block our way. Anybody that tries it.
Thank you. Thank you.
He will see himself where I don't know. Thank you, Mazonyibe. Go ahead.
Caller on WhatsApp.
Hello.
Good evening from
Hello,
you. Go ahead,
Biafra.
please.
Hello, Biafra. My name is Chukwu Kamucho Biajong. I'm calling from State of Israel. Onyibe, I thank you very much. You are doing a great job. Like olden days in my own village, where I came from, Anambra State, Ihala. Olden days, our people, any family that used to have problem, most especially during the night, our people used to go and bring a masquerade for them. And during then, when the masquerade arrived, masquerade will try to settle the matter. And after masquerade settling the matter, they will never ever have issues in that family again. Then, olden days, if you're a young guy disturbing your family, disturbing your father, once masquerade visited your house for you, you will never ever make any trouble or cause any trouble in that family. I can still remember olden days. This Omu we are talking about today, Onyibe, this Omu you are talking about today, when I was small, if you have farm, people used to come and take things there. Once you put Omu there, no one will enter that farm again. But I can still remember when I was a Catholic member, we used to have something called Palm Sunday. That Palm Sunday still use Omu, but why our own is evil? That is what I don't understand. Please let our people wake up. Let our people wake up, please. Thank you, Mazi Onyibe.
Thank you very much.
Biafra.
God bless Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Yes, having said that, I will be rounding up on this segment, but I will take one more call. But before then, let me tell you something. The symbol of justice system in the westernized way is the symbol of a woman who is blindfolded with a sword. That is a masquerade, for your information. A woman is blindfolded and with a sword and a scale. That woman is the masquerade, and that sword is Somo. It is a sign of danger. It is an instrument of justice system. It was in the physical and in the spiritual. That is if you know that you are willing to understand. Go and ask your father. You will see that the justice system that will take care of the enemy of Biafra have been destroyed. Because when they hold that spiritual sword, which is Somo, Jesus sent the spiritual sword ahead of his team before entering Jerusalem. They bear testament to that fact. And that is when David said, with sword in your hands, O Lord, chase the enemy. Let their path be dark and slippery before them. With sword in your hand. With Omo in your hand. I just give you one experiment. You go and find out, and maybe you will understand where we are coming from in order to appreciate where we are going to. But don't forget, we are here to restore Biafra. We are here to restore Biafra. And the people who are fighting us diabolically, technologically, biologically, spiritually, and otherwise. It will be wise for you to understand what is obtainable. It will be wise for you to be ready to use every weapon at your disposal, not to kill anybody, but to defend the land of Biafra. You won't understand it. I will draw the curtain on this segment, and hopefully let us see if we will be able to make a comeback for the next segment. Be good, be Biafran, and don't let anybody deceive you. IPOB remain champion for all time. IPOB are here to make sure Biafra is restored. There is nothing more and there is nothing less. We just can't do without Biafra.
Now I can see my new nation Biafra rising. I'm feeling good. I'm very high. No matter what them do, they cannot bring us down. They be killing us for so long. Robbing our women, they for so long. Spending our resources for too long. Oh my father, we don't know what to do. What's going on? We need the freedom to carry on. Give us the power to overcome. Oh my father, we don't know what to do. We want to be on our own. Our home is our own. We want to be on our own. Our home is our own. to do without my fatherland. I must to fight and defend my father's land. It's gonna be a fun now we own you. Onyabona malugo, I'm about to be a quatago, see Biafra bukayo. Biafra na my original. Onyabona malugo, I'm about to be a quatago, see Biafra now we own you.